So, this is Ken, and here we are today in Manchester yet again. However, I would rather be in the place I'm going to introduce you to. This is Vancouver, and I'm talking to Victoria Leader, is it?
Yes, that's correct. Hi, Ken. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And you're from Destination Vancouver?
Yes, I'm from Destination Vancouver. I'm actually originally from England. I grew up in the southwest of England until my mid-20s, and my dad was from Vancouver. So I grew up visiting Vancouver on vacation as a child, and by the time I was 18, 19, I was like, why don't I live in Vancouver?
You fell in love with it?
I fell in love.
Yeah.
And so for the past 12 years, Vancouver is now my home.
Brilliant.
And I loved it so much that I work for the destination and for the tourism board.
So you're selling it back to us?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
So we should all emigrate.
Yeah, and I know the feeling of visiting Vancouver as a tourist and also as a local, so it's nice to have that insider-outsider experience.
Yeah. I have been to Vancouver several times. Yeah, love the city. Again, I could live there. It's one of those livable cities. But tell me, what do you see that the tourists can see out there?
Yeah, I think Vancouver is really special because it's a city, technically, but it's kind of not. It's so immersed in nature that the two aren't separate. And it's really quite special in that way. There aren't many places in the world where you can be on the beach 1 minute, in the mountains the next, in the forest, all without leaving sort of downtown, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, we have Stanley Park, which is a 1,000-acre forest right on the edge of the downtown core. Beyond Stanley Park, we have our 3 local mountains, Grouse, Seymour, and Cypress.
Yep.
And then all along the edge of the downtown, we're surrounded by the ocean, by water. So we have 11 beaches in the city. We have, an amazing seawall, which is 28 kilometers that wraps around the city, which is fantastic for biking, walking, rollerblading. People are very active in Vancouver, so they're really embracing that outdoor lifestyle while still being in a city and having all the advantages of an urban environment at the same time. So we have a fantastic culinary scene, a Michelin dining experience. We have 12 Michelin restaurants in the city and 76 in the Michelin Guide for Vancouver.
Brilliant.
So it's just fantastic to have all of those options.
In one spot?
In one spot.
Yeah, no, I can tell you, I've actually probably walked half that seawall.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done Stanley Park. Famous for its totem poles.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And we do have fantastic Indigenous culture in the city as well. And one of the best things to do as a visitor is to engage in some of those Indigenous experiences. You can go to the Museum of Anthropology. You can take a Talese Tours guided tour in Stanley Park and learn about First Nations, how they use the plants as medicine and history of the area.
Brilliant.
One of my favorite things to do is to head to the North Shore and go to Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, head up to Grouse Mountain, either in summer or in winter. In winter, we have snow. It's fantastic for skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing.
Yeah.
In the summer, we have hiking trails, cycling. It really is a year-round destination. Actually, it's something to do any time of the year.
Yeah. Now, when I was there, we could get around by, I would call it the glamour tram that goes around the city itself. Hop on, hop off.
Yes.
But I also use the bus to get to Capilano Bridge. It's just so easy to get around, isn't it?
It's very easy. It's a very compact city. So it's only 3 kilometers across the downtown core. So it's very easy to walk or to take transit, to take the coaches. So very, very accessible, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable to walk as well. You have, beautiful views of the mountain or the ocean at almost any cross street. So it's enjoyable.
It really is. As I went to Capilano Bridge, I didn't like it because it swung.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't realised that. It's a huge...
A little bit adventurous.
That's right, yeah. So thank you very much. I've done it. But at the top of the Grouse Mountain, you can walk as well. And you have bears up there.
Yes. Yeah, there are 2 bears who are in a sort of sanctuary at the top of Grouse Mountain. So you can actually go bear watching without leaving the city, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then talking of wildlife, we have whale watching tours from downtown Vancouver as well. So you can go to Granville Island, which is a fantastic spot in itself. It's the number 2 most visited tourist spot in the whole of Canada.
That's for eating, isn't it?
It's for eating, but it's actually an area where artisans have rent-controlled spaces. So it's a fantastic place to go shopping, to pick up unique souvenirs. And they have the public market where there's the food stalls, which you're referring to. We really recommend taking a foodie tour when you're at Granville Island. You can book that tour in advance. They'll take you around all the best spots. You don't need lunch if you're taking a foodie tour because they're really going to fill you up.
Yeah.
And you get to taste a lot of local eats, and everything is very local from the island.
Now, one thing you mentioned was the beaches. Nobody associates Vancouver with beaches, but you have 11.
We have 11, and in the summer, Vancouver, it's hard to imagine sometimes as a British person, but it gets really warm in the summer, actually.
Yeah.
And it's consistently good weather through July and August. So the beaches are packed. They're very lively. There's volleyball. You can go, you see people kayaking or on stand-up paddle boards in the ocean. The ocean is a little bit cold, so it's very refreshing in the summer. But but you can go in for a dip.
Yeah.
And one thing that I like to do on the beach in the summer is actually order food from Uber Eats from one of our Michelin restaurants to be delivered to me on the beach.
Very nice.
Which is the ultimate sort of urban nature combination.
Called posing, isn't it?
It's a really good hack.
You've obviously got the natural life for Vancouver. You've got markets and things like that as well, haven't you? And I'm going to talk across now to Krista. Thank you. I nearly forgot who you were there. It's Krista, but thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
I'll be back in a minute. So, Krista, you're going to tell me what to do in downtown Vancouver, are you?
Yeah, so I grew up in Vancouver, so it's my home city. And what I love is that, as Victoria was just sharing, we have nature so close to us right in the downtown core. And one of my favorite places to visit is Stanley Park. It's our 1,001-acre temperate rainforest public park. Has all kinds of family-friendly activities. There's playgrounds, there's tennis courts, there's cricket, there's a mini golf course as well. But one of the things it's most famous for is the seawall. And it's actually the world's longest uninterrupted waterfront path.
Yeah.
So you can go walking, you can run, you can ride your bike, which is one of the top things to do. There are tons of shops where you can rent bikes, but also a lot of the hotels include complimentary bike rentals. So you might actually have that included with your stay.
Okay. So you want people to be active, don't you?
It's a very active city. You'll see people outdoors really making the most of the nature we have around us year round. It doesn't stop people from enjoying if it's raining or it's sunny. All of the different weather we get, people will still make the most of it.
Now, where's the main shopping street?
So we have several neighborhoods downtown that each offer different shopping. And you'll find, for example, in Gastown, which is our historic neighborhood.
I know it well, with the clock.
Yes, with the steam clock, walking distance from Canada Place, where the cruise ships come in. It has a lot of local boutique shops that have opened up. You'll get quite a diverse type of shopping in that neighborhood. Yaletown also has its boutique shops. So that's a cool place to go and just grab a coffee and wander around. But then we have our Robson Street
That's
shopping.
what I was aiming for, yeah. I was lived on Robson Street and loved it.
Yes, tons of shopping there, and also walking distance to Pacific Center Shopping Mall, which is our main shopping center in the downtown core. But also, the other little tip I have for people is close to the Vancouver International Airport, we also have the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet Mall, and it's actually connected by the Canada Line, which is part of our SkyTrain, and it's free to take the Canada Line to the outlet from the airport. You can do some shopping, get those discounts on the premium products they have, and then that might be either heading out from Vancouver or upon arrival. So definitely check that out if you're happening to come to Vancouver.
Hi, back with you now, and I'm still talking to Krista from Vancouver. You come all the way to Manchester. What do you think about Manchester, by the way?
It's great to be here. We're super excited we're here to do a travel agent event with Travel Gossip, and just really excited to be sharing some of Vancouver and what's happening in our city.
That's great. Thanks for coming over. Now, we were talking about cruising and getting out from Vancouver.
Yes, so we have a really vibrant cruise industry. It's also growing. This year, we're going to have a huge season with 357 cruise ships coming in between April and October, expecting around 1.4 million cruise passengers.
That's a lot.
Yes, so it's very exciting. We're happy to welcome all of these visitors, and we do get people from the UK coming over to take that Alaska cruise experience. And what's really great about cruising from Vancouver is that the cruise ships actually pull right into downtown Vancouver. So
To Canada Place?
To Canada Place, exactly. So you can walk right off the ship. Sometimes you can even walk right to your hotel. Everything's very close. And so you don't have to spend time transferring into the destination from the cruise terminal. You're already there. So it's a fantastic place to take the Alaska cruise.
Well, last time I went, I stayed at the Fairmont. They have a tunnel through to the cruise department.
That's right. You can either go underground, but you can also just take the crosswalk across Canada Place Way. And there you are, right at the Fairmont. So nice and easy.
Okay. And you're going to mention something about World Cup, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're really excited. Vancouver is one of 16 host cities this year for the World Cup. We're hosting 7 matches in the city at BC Place Stadium, which is our downtown stadium right in the heart of the city. So it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere to take in the World Cup. But what we're really excited about is that we have a lot of other activations and festivities happening throughout Vancouver. We have our fan festival that's happening at Hastings Park with a brand new amphitheater that's just been built to show live entertainment as well as some of the matches as they're happening throughout the tournament. And then we have other locations throughout the city at shipyards in North Vancouver. They're going to have Canada House. So there'll be lots of fun soccer things or football things going on. And then downtown, we have a pedestrian-only zone on Granville Street with lots of family-friendly activities to take part in. And then at Granville Island that we were talking about earlier with the public market, they're going to have big screens showing the matches so people can come down and enjoy Granville Island, but also watch some of the games.
So you're looking forward to having lots of visitors?
Yes, it's going to be a very fun time in our city. A lot of the local businesses are getting behind it as well and coming up with fun ways to incorporate World Cup into their normal offerings in the restaurants. They're going to be adding TV screens, so there'll be lots of places to go and cheer for your home team. Or just enjoy the fact that, it's happening in the city and we're a really multicultural city. So we're going to have fans cheering for all different countries. So I think it's going to be a great time in our
Sounds like party time to me.
Yes, I think there'll be lots of partying, I'm sure.
Now then, I'm just going to ask Victoria again. So you've lived there 12 years. What's the best time for a tourist to go?
That's a really good question. Traditionally, people would tend to come in the summer, and we do see high visitation throughout the summer. But the message we really want to give is that it's a year-round destination. There are things to do all throughout the year, and there are various different moments to enjoy. So in the winter, Vancouver is actually very mild. The temperature is similar to England, to be honest, it's sort of South England, but the mountains get a lot of snow. So the winter's a great time to come and go skiing or snowshoeing on the local mountains. Enjoy Dine Out Festival downtown, a wonderful culinary scene. Around Christmas time, there's a Christmas market. There's an ice skating rink in Robson Street in the downtown.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very fun time to be there. Spring is beautiful. The city is covered in cherry blossom trees, and it really comes alive in springtime. Spring is also the time when a lot of our summer product starts up again. So like whale watching tours, the whales start to migrate up the west coast of the North Americas at that time of the year. So it's a fantastic time to see wildlife. Right now in April in Vancouver, it's sort of 20 degrees. People are outside, you're hiking, biking, all of those usual sort of outdoor activities have started up already.
Yeah. It's also a great place. You can pick up the railway from there and go inland. The Rocky Mountaineer is one of, there's many, plenty of cruise ships. You can also go across to Vancouver Island, which I know is next door.
Exactly.
And lots of things to do there. So virtually it's year round, isn't it?
It's year round. Yeah, we see it as a gateway. We know for the UK customer, you're coming as part of a bigger trip. You're probably going elsewhere in BC, into the Rockies, onto Vancouver Island, like you said, maybe up to Whistler. But we really encourage people to stay in Vancouver for, 4 days, 4 nights. There's so much to see and do in the destination that even when you have a bigger itinerary, spend those 4 nights in the city. It's a fantastic place to either start or end your trip or, both sides
Yes,
of your
course.
trip.
Yeah.
There's so much to see and do, like we said. And one season we didn't cover is the fall, but the fall is another beautiful time of the year, or autumn, as we say in the UK.
Yeah.
Because those trees and the big, maple trees that we have in the city change color. It's fantastic. Reds, oranges, yellows across the city.
These are the one
It's
things that we
beautiful.
all want to see, aren't they?
Yes, exactly.
The colours, yeah.
And it's a little bit quieter at those time of the years as well. So you have, less lines at popular attractions. It's a great time to come to Vancouver.
So summing up, anytime, come along.
Come along. We're ready to welcome you. Vancouver is one of the friendliest, safest cities. So we're here and we're excited to see more visitors.
Thank you, Victoria, and thank you, Krista. And I can stay here in Manchester. I want to be there. Now I've been joined by a gentleman called Bryson. Good evening, Bryson.
Good evening, Ken. Great to be here.
Thank you. Now then, we were just talking here before you came, and you are a Vancouverite as well, are you?
Born and raised through and through.
Right. So basically, you know all about Vancouver, which we've just been speaking to with Victoria and Kirsten, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now then, you're selling Discover Canada tours. Where do you go?
We do everything. We are your Western Canadian escorted coach touring specialists. We're a Canadian family-owned company based right in Vancouver, BC, and we have a collection of brands that cater to a wide variety of clientele. We do everything from day tours all the way up to multi-day tours, budget, moderate to premium touring. With the UK market, our niche is really this kind of retiree-aged traveler wanting a dream trip to Canada, the bucket list trip.
Oh, right.
Absolutely. And perhaps they don't want to travel on a 5-star luxury budget. We do have those travelers as well. But we fill a hole in the market, which is really this kind of 4-star boutique hands-on experience. And we call it soft adventure. So deluxe mini coach bus, maybe 23 people or less. And we leave from Vancouver and we do these epic loops through the Canadian Rockies, Vancouver Island, and even up to the Yukon. And we also offer day trips right out of Vancouver to places like Victoria, Whistler, and tours around Vancouver City. So perfectly complementary for that cruiser type traveler, people doing the Alaskan cruises, or, people doing pre and post trips to Vancouver.
So I've got to say, it could be pre or post, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And the ones I picked up on that went to the Yukon. Absolutely superb.
Oh, nice.
Saw the Northern Lights as well.
Oh.
But Victoria, for me, has got a special place because I went out whale watching and there were 4 pods of orcas. Is that the sort of thing you would offer?
Absolutely. We do a lot. So we have daily trips to Victoria. We do include the Butchart Gardens with all of those tours because it's such a world famous attraction. So, you go see the flowers and then you go over to our capital city of Victoria. We do a driving tour of the city. We even do small walking tours, give everyone directions. We kind of help facilitate the day, and we can facilitate whale watching as part of that day in
Absolutely
Victoria.
Brilliant. Victoria to me was ye olde England.
Yeah, it would remind you of home.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because of the British settlement, of course. And there was an architect named Francis Rattenbury, and he designed the Legislative Assembly buildings as well as the iconic Empress Hotel. So when you go into Victoria, it feels almost like a little mini London or something of the sort.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Now then, let's go inland a bit. So we're going back to, say, the Rockies. Is it 4 or 5 day trips or longer?
We start at 4 days. We have full-size coach, so 54 seats or less, 4-day, 3-night loops through the Rockies. And we go 1 night in Vancouver, 1 night in Revelstoke, 1 night in Banff, 1 night in Valemount and back. The most popular tour we offer, it's kind of between a 3 and a 4-star mark, and that's a 5-day excursion through the Rocky Mountains. That's 40 people or less on a coach, and they get to spend 2 nights right in Banff, 1 night in Revelstoke, 1 night in Valemount. And then we have even longer duration trips, small groups, 8 days, 7 nights, where they really take their time and they're going to see, some on and off the beaten path destinations. But all of those tours will include visits to Lake Louise, Moraine Lake, the Icefields Parkway, these iconic turquoise lakes of Canada with the glacier mountains in the background. and there's a very high chance to see animal sightings like black bears, grizzly bears, moose, elk, and many more species that are...
You actually know when the animals are around because there's a traffic jam. The traffic comes to a stop, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You see everyone stopping on the side of the road. And that's the great thing about escorted coach touring is, you have a chance to kind of get closer. We can pull over when it's safe to do so to really get close to the wildlife. So you can take photos from in the bus at a safe but close distance.
Now, one of my favorite trips was up the Icefield Parkway. Can you just describe it from Banff up to Jasper?
That is one of the most iconic roads in Canada.
In the world?
In the world, yeah. So the road from Banff to Jasper hosts many very beautiful attractions, such as the Athabasca Glacier and the Snow Coach. So you can actually go up one of these glaciers. That's it's fantastic. And you can go up onto the glacier, get out, walk around, even drink the fresh glacier water, take photos. It's just an amazing experience. So that's one of the main attractions. They have a sky bridge also attached to the glacier experience where you get a beautiful view of the Icefields Valley.
No, I'm going to stop you there. This is glass floored, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's not for me.
Nice.
Keep going.
We also have, Athabasca Falls, and also you have Peyto Lake, which is one of the iconic lakes. Bow Lake is also located along the Icefields Parkway. And honestly, just the area between Banff and Jasper is probably the best area for wildlife sightseeing. I think the most iconic animals I've personally seen I've seen some very large moose, but I was there in the winter one time just outside of Jasper and I saw a black timber wolf.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Now, Jasper had a fire a couple of years ago. It's recovered though, hasn't it?
That's a great question. They had a devastating fire a while back. About 60% of the town was affected, but they've really been quite resilient in rebuilding their tourism. And we work closely with Tourism Jasper to make sure we're still visiting, we're being sustainable to their community. And we really, when you go there, it's still Jasper, you can see that, but you can see burn areas, but they are rebuilding very well. And thankfully, a lot of the iconic kind of stores and buildings in town were not affected by the fire. It's just a lot of the area around Jasper. But yeah, we do our best to continue to support Jasper tourism.
Yeah, I think it's coming back very quickly. And I must say, this is one of my favourite areas of Canada. Anywhere from Banff inland, through the mountains up to Jasper is superb, isn't it? It's iconic.
Iconic. And even for a Canadian, it's somewhere I would vacation.
Yeah.
If I could get there. I'll go there as soon as I can. And there's just so much more. There's so many lakes. There's so many mountain passes and too much, for me to list in a short amount of time. But it's really an endless area between British Columbia and Alberta. And I think it's the number one destination people should visit when coming to Canada, really.
So summing up, this is Discover Canada Tours. You do 1 day, 4, 5 day trips. You name it, you do it.
That's absolutely right. Custom tours and scheduled tours with guaranteed departures, so travel agents can easily sell into those tours. They know they're going to run, and they know they're going to be run by Canadians authentically and with expertise.
Sounds really good. Bryson, can I say thank you for your time?
Thank you, Ken.
And look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely. We look forward to having you.
Thank you. Now then, I moved out of Vancouver and I met a gentleman called Wayne London. Welcome, Wayne.
Hey, well, yeah, I'm glad to be here for sure, Ken.
Now then, you got something special to sell, haven't you? It's a hotel with a difference.
Yes, it's called Sonora Resort, and it's on its own island. There are no roads, no cars, no telephone poles. There's only certain ways to get in there. Direct from Vancouver by helicopter, 45-minute flight. If you're on Vancouver Island, you can take a water taxi in. Takes an hour and 15 minutes, so it's a really unique destination to go into in that area. So on there too, you can also look at Harbour Air to charter flights to and from Vancouver to Sonora, or they have a direct flight now from Harbour Air downtown to Campbell River, and you can hop on our water taxi and go in.
Right. So we've done 3 or 4 nights in Vancouver. We've gone around there. Excellent. Now, you're north of Vancouver Island, aren't you?
Yeah, that's correct. And we're in a place called Desolation Sound Discovery Islands. So in the Discovery Islands, again, it's between Vancouver Island and the mainland coast of BC. So it's a really unique location, and it brings all this marine wildlife into our area with the tidal waters that we have.
So it's escapism, basically.
Oh, yeah. Yep. 100% escapism, but doing it in luxury, doing it in pure luxury.
Now, the words that sold me were Relais et Chateau. These are the top of the range, aren't they?
Yeah. Relais and Chateau. I love Relais and Chateau. And the branding says everything. But number one criteria, food. And the accommodations, of course. So we have amazing accommodations on property. We have a total of 88 rooms, 12 unique lodges. So we have everything from 2 villas. We also on property have a 4-bedroom marine lodge built right over the ocean on pillars. So you can look out your window and the ocean's under you.
Wow.
There's Yakalta Lodge. It's a 6-bedroom, 3 out, 3 down. So depending if it's couples, multi-generational, so forth coming in, you can rent out the whole 6 or the 4, or we have the single rooms, all ocean view. Everybody at Sonora Resort has an ocean view room, either a room with a king or 2 queens, and then we have a couple of 2-bedroom suites.
Okay, now you mentioned food as well. What's all this about food?
Oh, yeah. Well, the food, being a Relais and Chateau, it is high quality now, and a lot of it's local. So on this one here, for the food, we're an all-inclusive. So it's another unique thing about Sonora Resort. So all your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are all included in the price. And on dinner, you can a la carte or you can do a tasting menu. No extra charge for the tasting menu. Beer, wine are included.
Okay, so would you do the complimentary wines and the tasting together then?
Yeah, yep. You can do that with the house wines. We do also have a sommelier, and you can go into the wine cellar and take it to the next level up if you want. But our house wines are all high end and they're local, and even the food that we do is all locally sourced. So it's really good. Our chef, Justine, is amazing. She's been with us now for 7 years as our executive chef.
Absolutely. Sounds brilliant. Now then, we got there. We've done the helicopter over there. What is there to do there?
Okay, well, on property, that's the great thing about Sonora Resort. Even though we're in the middle of the wilderness and there are no roads, cars, telephone poles, we have everything there that people want. We got a tennis court with pickleball now, so you got to throw pickleball in. We have a 9-hole putting green. We have hiking trails, a lot of hiking trails. And we also have mountain bikes. We have 2 lodge dogs that love to go hiking with anybody that wants to get out there and do the hiking. And also on property, we got 2 virtual golf rooms. We've got a movie theater, a games room. We've got an outdoor heated pool. And if we can believe it, we have 24 hot tubs on property.
I believe it. It sounds really good. Now then, going back to the outdoors, bears around?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we've got so much marine and wildlife in our area. And you're talking about the bears. So the bear viewing for us is in September, October. And the bear viewing, we work with the band, the First Nations Hamako Nation. And so what we do is we go 1 hour by boat from our resort up an inlet, which you might call a fjord, up an inlet about 30 miles to the Orford Valley. We arrive at the Orford Valley, and then the Hamako First Nations take over from there by vehicle along logging roads, and they take you to these stands that are built 16 feet in the air, so these towers, and you're caged in, you go up, and you view these majestic animals feed on salmon in the wild. Now, I can tell you on this one alone, I've been up there 7 times. The least I've ever seen is 8. The most is 24 bears in a 2.5-hour sighting time.
That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's a bucket list because we're not really just a grizzly bear viewing resort. We got everything. We've got the orcas. We've got the humpbacks. You can go do a day of whale watching. I always tell people do one activity a day, and that's all. And then enjoy the resort, what we offer at the resort, because there's so much to do on property too. So you can do one day of whale watching. You can do one day of either cruising with a boat or going salmon fishing. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite is the Tide to Table. And the Tide to Table, if you love seafood, you go out, you drop prawn traps and crab traps in the water, and you head off for the day. It's an 8-hour day. You go up into a place called Desolation Sound. So you go up these different inlets, Toba Inlet, and there'll be waterfalls and everything. You might jig for a lingcod, troll for a salmon. And you don't have to know how to salmon fish. Don't worry about that. Our guide looks after everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you might anchor out in the bay, have a picnic, lunch, stop off at a small town called Lund. Lund is the end of the highway. Next stop is Costa Rica. That's the number one highway. It ends at Lund.
Right.
Then you hop in the boat, go back, pick up those prawn traps and crab traps. Whatever you caught that day, the next day, there is a charcuterie board of seafood coming to your table.
Wow,
you've
done it yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Now, what's the best time of the year to go?
Okay, we are a seasonal resort. We operate from May 1st to October 15th. So May, June, and October are what we call low season. I'll give you a price right now. May, June, October are low. And then July, August are high season, and September. So the best time is depending what you want to do. You come in May, June, you're going to see eagles.
Wow.
You come in June, July, August, you're going to see orcas, humpbacks. You're going to see white-sided dolphins and porpoises the entire time. Seals, sea lions in the early and late part of our season.
Right.
If you want to see sea lions feeding on salmon in the wild where they flip it in the air and then take it down their throat, that's in August, September. That's a 5-minute walk from our resort to an inlet.
And this is all on tap. It's all there for you.
It's all there for you. It's an unbelievable wow factor.
So I'm going to say, Wayne, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll get some people to go into your resort. It's Sonora Resort in, where is it again?
It's in a place called Desolation Sound, 1 hour from Vancouver by helicopter. I'd love to see you. Come and see us.
Great. Thank you, Wayne. Now I'm with Mr. Air Canada himself. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ken.
And this is Kevin from Air Canada, obviously. And Kevin and I have known each other for quite a few years, I would say.
It's been a pleasure, as always, to catch up. A pleasure.
I think you had propellers in those days, didn't you, rather than jets? Now then, tell me, Air Canada, you're expanding, you get new aircraft. What's going on?
Yes, quite an exciting period at Air Canada. We are starting to receive our next fleet of aircraft, both narrow-body and wide-body aircraft. And on Friday, we took delivery of our first Airbus A321 XLR, which will be deployed to Manchester from October 26. And in the not-too-distant future, the Airbus A321 will be complemented by the Airbus A350 for ultra-long-haul flying and the Boeing 787-10.
These are the new aircraft coming in?
These are the new aircraft coming in. We already have a very modern, fuel-efficient fleet comprising of the 787-10 and the -9. They complement our Airbus A330s, but these are additional aircraft that will be entering service.
That sounds great.
It's very exciting because it allows us to open new route opportunities, to look at some of those that we operate some are seasonal, like Manchester, and transfer those to a year-round service, which we will see from October 26th of this year.
Right, so how many times a week are we going from Manchester?
Up to 4 flights a week on the current timetable, and that will be the 787 during the summer months, and from October 26th, we will transition to the Airbus A321, which is really exciting because new aircraft bring a new onboard experience for all passengers. So with the introduction of those aircraft types that I previously mentioned, we will see a new redefined economy cabin, a new redefined premium economy cabin, and we'll see an all-new signature class cabin.
Oh, that is new, isn't it? Called Signature?
Signature class. So that's the name that we give to our international business class product. And for the first time, we'll be deploying a true lie-flat signature class product on a narrow-body aircraft, which is the Airbus A321, which, as I've mentioned, we'll see on Manchester-Toronto from October 26th.
So is it a 2-class aircraft?
It will be a 2-class aircraft. So we'll have signature class and we'll have the economy cabin, the economy class.
Now, I've flown Air Canada several times, as you know.
Yes.
Okay, service on board is really good. Still got the full meal service?
Yes, we are a full traditional airline. So we offer a complimentary hot meal service, and that is also with complimentary beers, wines in the economy cabin, as well as the premium and the business cabin as well.
And going across the Atlantic, you get afternoon tea.
Yes. There's all sorts of different menu introductions that we've seen over over the years. We are an airline that we quite like to keep our menu choices current and refreshed. So we do see changes from time to time.
Okay, so connecting with from Manchester through Toronto, where can we go to?
Oh, well, endless routing opportunities. We have a great network across Canada, with it being our home country, but we also have a great network down to the USA, Central and South America. So there is great routing options available via Manchester. And the important thing is our terminals are designed for same terminal connections. There's no baggage reclaim. You transfer under one hub roof. And if you are traveling to the United States, you pre-clear US Customs and Immigration at one of our 4 principal hubs. So Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, or Calgary.
Okay, right. Now then, for those who live down south, they can go direct to some of these places.
Yeah, so from London Heathrow, that's our biggest franchise here in the United Kingdom. And on the East Coast, you can fly non-stop from London Heathrow to Toronto, Montreal, and Halifax, as well as Ottawa, which we reintroduced last year. And on the West Coast, you can take advantage of non-stop services to Calgary and Vancouver also.
Okay, now what's your shortest route transatlantic?
Halifax. That would be Halifax.
And you're going to tell everybody it's almost as short as going to the Canaries.
It is. It's gate to gate on average. It's around 5.5 hours. Yeah. So we have that non-stop service operating from London Heathrow non-stop to Halifax.
Now, is that seasonal or year round now?
No, it's year round. So it's a year round service.
So we can do the Newfoundlands and Nova Scotias?
Yes, you can. And the gateway to the east there. So yeah, and that service also complements our Ottawa service as well as our Montreal and Toronto service as well. So great connection opportunities from the East Coast.
Okay, now in Toronto, you're in one terminal only, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
And it's Terminal 1. What's the facilities in that terminal?
So Toronto is our biggest hub. Second to that is Montreal and then Vancouver. You know, we have made great investments at Toronto Airport. And in recent years, we opened a Signature Suite, which is a elevated lounge experience for our premium passengers who can access the Signature Suite if they are ticketed in the Signature Class cabin.
Right. So there's lots of facilities there.
Lots of facilities. And also we're making changes to our lounge proposition. So we have the Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge. And those that do require it will go in under renovation in the not too distant future. But we also have the Grab and Go facility that we offer as well. And that's under the banner of Air Canada Cafes as well. So
just give me a clue on Grab and Go.
Grab and Go. So the Air Canada Cafe really is for passengers who may have arrived at the airport that don't have time to experience our full lounge proposition, either be a Signature Suite or the Maple Leaf Lounge. But the Grab and Go really is more of a cafe style. So they scan their boarding pass at the entrance of the cafe, and they can grab, you know, a deli sandwich, a coffee or a cold drink, some snacks, some pastries, and then they can either eat them on the go within the lounge. It is still a lounge facility, or they can take that you know, that snack or that food item to the gate and enjoy it just before they board.
Good. Yeah, now, I know we're promoting Vancouver tonight.
Yes,
I'm in Toronto at the moment. So, how many flights a day, Toronto to Vancouver, if we're connecting from Manchester?
Oh wow! So that's a good question. I think it ranges up to 12 at the peak schedule. You're looking around 12 connections from Toronto to Vancouver.
Virtually once an hour.
It's virtually 1 an hour. And the aircraft, you know, we do deploy some of our largest aircraft on that corridor. It's probably one of the busiest routes or one of the busiest corridors in North America. So yes, there's lots of amazing connection opportunities once you arrive into Canada to the west coast of Canada, including Vancouver.
So the first choice of flight is with
Air Canada.
Thank you, Kevin. Absolutely brilliant.
And do you remember, you know, we were awarded Best Airline in North America last year. So that's an accolade that we are very proud to hold close to our hearts.
So just summing up, Manchester is 4 times a week summer, 3 times a week winter.
We'll be up to 4 in the winter months with the introduction of the 321, and in the summer months, currently it's the up to 3 flights a week,
and plenty of connections across Canada into North America.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.